Alright, so there was a time in my life, when my English was really pathetic. Uh, I have already told about this thing on my channel that, there was a time when once I went for an interview and it was in Hindi call center, and there I got rejected for my English. Can you imagine that? A guy going for an interview in a Hindi call center and getting rejected for his English. I mean, I was that bad in English. I mean, there was no work related to English because ultimately it was Hindi call center and I had to talk in Hindi only. And of course, I had no problem in Hindi because, of course, native language, Hindi is my native language. So, but when they asked basic question, and I still remember it was not about the basic question. I mean, like we all know that what is the basic introduction. And of course, in a Hindi call center, I can tell you what was the pay in that Hindi call center. The pay was only 4700 rupees. 4700 rupees or 5000 rupees. It's this is an incident of 2010. Of course, it's a very long, I mean, it's a very old incident. And so I got rejected for my English. The interviewer, it was a girl, and she basically presented a piece of content. It was some written content in front of me, and she highlighted two lines in that, and she asked me whether I can tell the meaning of those two lines or not. She simply asked, "So please tell me the meaning. Please tell what you understand of these two lines." And whatever I could understand, I didn't go blank, of course. So whatever I tried to understand, and I just said that, okay, I mean this, whatever it was. You won't believe I was told that anybody can get selected in this call center because the demand is almost negligible, right? Nobody gets rejected here in this company, but I was the only one who got rejected. And I was feeling like, I mean, I was considering myself like nothing. I mean, I was the kind of inferiority I felt at that point of time. I mean, I can't describe it in words because almost everybody got selected there, and I was the only one, or maybe probably one of two or three guys who got rejected there. And I was like, man, am I that bad? And I even asked for a feedback that, okay, can you please tell me the reason behind Yevo? I mean, behind, not Yevo, behind my rejection. And she was like, your English is poor. I still remember she mentioned poor English, and those two words, poor English, stuck in my head. And I was like, man, means I'm good for nothing. Because it was, of course, it was a Hindi call center, and pretty low level of call center and pretty low level of job. It was not a very popular or big call center. And even there also, I'm getting rejected, that too by a Hindi call center, that too for my English. I mean, in a Hindi call center, if I'm getting rejected for my Hindi, I can imagine that, okay, maybe I have to work on my Hindi because our Hindi is not that pure. We all know that, the kind of Hindi we speak in North, it's a mixture of a lot of language. We put some some English words also into it, some Urdu words, some Punjabi words, and then there is some Hindi. And even in Hindi also, we are not using the best and heaviest of the words. They are pretty basic, pretty simple words. So our Hindi is not pure Hindi. If anybody asks us to start speaking in pure Hindi, in proper Hindi, and no word of any other language, we cannot do it. Most of the people, I can bet, I can easily bet that at least 95% of the people won't be able to do that. They can't speak pure Hindi. They can't speak Hindi where they are not using any word of any other language. No English word, no Urdu word, or no Haryanvi or Punjabi word, or any other language word, right? So that was the scenario. Why I'm sharing this? Because I just wanted to make a video. So I thought maybe this video, and what else? If you want to know more about how I worked on my English and stuff, and again, the one disclaimer, you can consider it a disclaimer, that I'm not a good speaker. To be very honest, I don't consider myself a good English speaker. I consider myself someone who has improved a little from what I used to be. Definitely, the difference is there. I'm not the person who I used to be earlier. I have definitely worked on my English, but I'm still far from being fluent, or still far from being a very good speaker, to be very honest. Of course, I can be a part of conversations, I can understand you, I can make you understand while being in an English speaking conversation. But again, I speak almost on a daily basis because I want to increase my confidence as much as I can, of course. And I try to find ways, I try to find, maybe you can call it excuses, of speaking this language, right? So that the more I speak, the better I become. And if you really are interested in this video, if you really think that you got some sort of interest in yourself, or you have maybe some curiosity or some questions in your head, you can simply put those questions into the comments, and I will definitely try to cover those questions. And first of all, they are not questions, they are your confusions, because I am also a confused guy at times. Smart people are often confused, foolish people are never confused. I'm not showing off, I'm not considering myself superior, I'm just all right. So just put your thoughts into the comments, and your thoughts will also provide me some sort of idea, so that I can use those ideas for my upcoming videos. And if you really want to talk to me in English, which I will definitely welcome, of course, if you consider yourself that if you consider yourself to be a beginner kind of speaker, or if you are an intermediate level of speaker, then I will definitely love to have conversation with you, because it will be an opportunity to improve the spoken English skills of both of us. Getting my point? Thank you so much. If you have watched this video, if you have watched this video completely, please mention the time duration if you really watched it till the end. And thank you so much. Bye.